All right, so ladies and gentlemen, my garage is a mess, pardon that. But after much deliberation last night, I went around, I was just gonna order the fuse and everything, but I kind of want to save some money. So I'm gonna repaint the whole thing. I got an idea. I'll probably post it up and show you guys. But so far, so good, right? This piece right here was missing that chunk. I went ahead and glued that. I was lucky enough to have the bottom here. It has this plate that goes across. And so I was able to hot glue that to kind of keep it together and hold it together. But then I epoxied the side, okay? Now I'm gonna epoxy the front. Good thing was that it was some clean brakes, so it's clean, right? So now what I'll do is I'll sand it down, and obviously I'll cover up all the crinkles. I'm gonna repaint the whole thing, so I'll take all the decals off. This is the only other damage on here. Surprisingly, it's not so bad. The front nose of it doesn't look bad either, so we're gonna get it going, okay? I'll show you some updates now after I put the nose on, and this will be a little bit of a project here. But once again, epoxy here, hot glue on the inside to kind of hold things together. Hot glue dries real quick, but I don't trust it as much, especially in Arizona's heat, so I am gonna use epoxy. But on the inside, I don't think it'll melt. Anyways, OJ Hobby Life, stay tuned. Spitfire coming back. Thank you guys on the gram, on YouTube. You guys, your comments are always great, man. You guys always like bring people up and uplift people, so I really appreciate that. So because of that, I'm just gonna put it back together. I woke up today real optimistic, so let's get it. All right, so here I'm gonna use a little bit of skewer sticks to bring in the front fuse. And then I'm gonna epoxy the major areas. And then I'll use a little bit of hot glue here kind of to dry up quickly and kind of hold me together faster, okay? Just my methods, everybody does it different. I mean, nobody's right, nobody's wrong, okay? Oh, and as far as the wings go, this is where we're not repairing them. They're real bad. So even though they don't look too bad down here, got this crack down here, which isn't bad, but then look, I got part of this piece, but this is mangled where it hit. Furthermore, where I lost the spar, right? So this one isn't horrible, but I did lose the spar in there, and this where the spar goes is cracked. So I just don't trust it, you know. I fly aggressive, so I mean I like to fly hard. I mean fly all right. Anyways, oh, and it needs a servo. I think it's this one. This one's bad. You see this one right here? This one's bad. The other ones are good though. I already tested them all, so we should be all right. So wings are coming in. I'll order a servo. I'll order that. I haven't ordered anything yet because I have to first make sure that what I'm getting is what I need. And then paint, get some gray from Home Depot to do the bottom. And then you guys will like the scheme I'm going to go with. It's totally different. If I got to paint it, I might as well do it different. I'm not going to do it all the same. Anyway, stay tuned. OJ Hobby Life out. All right, so the putting has begun. I started sanding there, and then here, all that extra glue, I kind of take the excess with a Dremel out, and I kind of scorch it so that once I put my putty on, it'll have somewhere to grab. The tail's looking pretty decent right now. And then I'll throw the putty on right now. And then same thing here where the other connection goes, and I'll sand that away here in a little bit. And then you'll see how it looks after I'm sanding. Do the whole top first, and then I'll start working on the bottom half. All right, OJ Hobby Life. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here's the crazy project. So I'm going through all the little creases and stuff that I found. I primered up just to see what you could actually see. So I had a putty again. The primer helps see all the inefficiencies or the deficiencies, sorry. And then I primered up the front a little bit. I'm having a little problem taking this off, so I'm gonna have to pull it with a little puller that I got on here in my toolbox. And then other than that, I'm hitting up every corner that I find. Here I'm gonna have to rebuild some of these edges. And here you go. This is where the other one was at. But so far so good. I just gotta continue to rip out decals Because then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and flip it, do all this process of bondoing and all that stuff, or puttying the whole bottom wherever the deficiencies are, which is mainly just on the front, and then end up with a good primer, main wax, and then reprimer. Anyways, I'll do happy life. Out. So far, this is where we're at. I just gotta work out these lines a little bit more. I'm still trying to get this to be, I just gotta bring down these high spots right here. But other than that, it's coming out pretty well. Decals, peeling them off, I kind of messed up a little bit. So I'm giving them a few coats of primer, sandable primer, so I can bring it down. Same thing here. Most of this, it's just a few high spots. Once I block it with a block, it's gonna be all right. And then on this side, this is how we're looking so far. I'll block down this little piece right here a little bit more because it's a bit high right there. But other than that, that's where our piece was at. Line's still looking pretty good. Touch that up a little bit more here. Still getting rid of some of the emblems and stuff. But as far as the nose goes, it was real bad on this side. It's all good to go now. Just got to sand it down a little bit more. And then I've got this thing almost done. Just gonna give it a little sanding and she'll be good to go. And then just figure out the paints that I'm gonna need. And then probably this weekend I'll order the wings. I'm gonna start working on the bottom side now and then get the, where I can wrap up the fuse and then just give it a nice little primer where it needs it. And kind of just start painting. Anyways, I had your happy life.